Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is from a new brewery. It is Salem Brew Co, and the beer is this one. It is Skull and Hammers. And this is an American IPA weighing in at 5.5% ABV. And just for clarity, this one was sent to me by the good people at Bateman Breweries. And yeah, they wanted me to give it a try and see what I think. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. It's described as being hoppy. It says right there on the neck label. And it's trying to focus on the eyes. There we go. It's hoppy. And that's always a good start for me. And it says it's also brewed with Chinook, Cascade and Citra hops. 3 fantastic hops. And should always work in an IPA. And it says that as 4th generation craft brewers, our adventurous streak at Salem Brewery is what keeps us thirsty for more. Being one of our first breweries in the UK to focus on small batch production, we're now driving our beer evolution through Salem Brew Co. This pale, hoppy, small batch American IPA is brewed and late hopped with American hops to produce an aromatic nose, citrus taste, and piney finish. Now, anyone who follows my channel in any way, shape, or form and has seen the odd IPA review knows that I love a hoppy, resinous, bitter IPA. So I have high hopes for this one. And I do love the artwork. I like the old the skull with the hammers and the top hat. Let's be honest, it's very Slash-esque, and that's always a good thing. So let's get it out into a glass and see what we think, shall we? So we're going to pour into my Titanic glass, and the pour is pale, but not overly so. It's got a nice carbonation to it. Let's try and encourage a head. Don't go mental. Do enjoy the pour. There we are. So we have a nice deep gold beer, clear as a bell, with a nice slightly off-white head, about a finger or so, and it's pretty tight and compact. That's your beer in a glass. Looks good. You can see my mug through it, which well, I suppose it's getting towards Halloween. I suppose you've got to condition yourself to these sorts of things. So yeah, it looks really nice. Let's have a whiff. I'm getting the Citra. Getting a hint of grapefruit. Sweet malt behind it. And it's fairly robust malt as well. The important thing is it's balanced with those hops, and that's nice. Overridingly citrus, which for me is a good thing. So, and it's not a surprise with the hop quota that it's got. So, without further ado, looks great, smells nice. Let's have a taste. Cheers. Nice. The first thing I want to comment on is the body. It's good medium weight. Super silky, super smooth. The carbonation is just spot on. You know, it's enough to let you know it's there. It's juicy, which is unusual for a trad IPA, I must say. It's got that kind of real kind of citrusy, juicy thing going on. It is hoppy, and it's like a pithy, grapefruity type hoppy bitterness as well. That's clearly coming from the Cascade, and the citrus just lending its slightly fresh, lemony edge to it. That's really rather nice. There is a touch of the resin on the back end, but it's nice and hoppy. It's a nice, balanced beer with a balanced finish as well. You've got the malts. They are sitting just behind the hops, and they're not being shouted over by the hops, even though the hops are singing really loud. It's really well balanced. That is really rather nice. That could be exquisite on cask. That is a really well made IPA. So, Salem Brew Co, Skull and Hammers. What do I think of you? Well, before I tell you what I think of you, we're going to go to the aid memoir from Untapped, which says that Salem Brew Co, Skull and Hammers has had 52 check-ins, we'll make it 53 tonight, with an average of 3.38. And I have a sneaky suspicion that that is going to raise somewhat tonight. So, my currently empty scoreboard of joy, let's just put a name in just for fun. Skull, and I can't spell, and Hammers. What do I think of you? So, first of all, we're going to go on the looks. As trad IPAs go, it fits the bill. It's the right colour, it's got clarity, it's got good carbonation rolling up from the nucleation points to join the bottom of the head, which is still nice, tight and compact. It has shrunk a little bit, but let's be honest, it's not delivered from a hand pump with a sparkler. So you kind of expect it to disappear a little. It looks a really nice pint of beer. Can I fault it for a trad IPA? No, I cannot. It gets a full point off the bat. The aroma, does it mention the aroma? It does mention it somewhere, I'm sure it did. Yeah, an aromatic nose. Aromatic is one of those phrases that can be interpreted many ways, but it is juicy, it is citrusy, it's malty. It's very pleasant. I like it a lot. It's not the strongest aroma I've had from a beer, but it's strong enough. You know, it's not overpowering, it's not in your face, it's not gonna, it's not gonna sort of set the world on fire, but you are kind of given a clue that you can enjoy the beer. It gets a 0.75 from me. Now the body is decent. I like the body. It is medium weight, like I say, silky smooth, brilliant carbonation. It's just about right. I wouldn't change a thing on it. I like it a lot. It gets the full point from me. The taste is the most important thing, and to really hammer home the point, with an IPA, I like them bitter, hoppy, and a little bit of resin. And this one is bitter, it is hoppy, and it's got a touch of resin. That's the only thing that I would add more of. It's got a beautiful sort of grapefruit bitterness to it. You've got the citra notes coming through. You've got a really, really well balanced malt profile. And like I say, it's juicy, and I appreciate that a lot. Now, even though I would add more resin, it's got a little bit of something about it with that juiciness that you don't find in many other trad IPAs. And for that reason, it's getting a full point from me. It's got something a little different. And the finish, again, hoppy, bitter and long is what I look for on an IPA finish. This one is hoppy. It's still juicy though. It is slightly bitter. And it's reasonably long. It is reasonably long. And just for fun, we can have another sip. And let it do its thing while I decide on the score. Yeah, that is really good. It could just be a little longer. And that's the only criticism. And that's really kind of trying to find fault. And it's not... Yeah, it is what it is. It just needs a little more longevity on the finish. It's beautifully juicy, beautifully hoppy and nice and bitter. Which means Skull and Hammers from Salem Brew Co has got 4 out of 5 on the Untapped scoreboard of joy from me. So yeah, that is really rather nice. I've got another one to enjoy, and I think I'm going to save that one for Halloween, because Halloween is one of my favourite times of year, most years. This year it's going to be celebrating the first year of cheating death again. So yeah, I'm going to have this one to enjoy and celebrate that. So there we go. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, we're at the point in the video where we're going to say, that has been Skull and Hammers from Salem Brew Co. I've been Nick. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. Definitely give the beer a look and let me know in the comments section when you do. Catch you again soon for another one.